It's Week 17 of the NFL, and we've got the Panthers' electric quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Taken at the goal line. Escapes the defender. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So here are the Panthers backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, this defense certainly knows what the hands for trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
They go play action here on first down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Looking to throw on second down. Bryant. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And that takes us from second to third down.
You look at this Packers defense.
They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
A quick throw complete to Fitzgerald.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Love looking to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend.
And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows? You might get on one of those magical runs.
They'll throw again. Here's Love on 2nd and 10. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And
he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones from 4 yards out. And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
To throw on 2nd down. Bryant, Packer pressured, and down he goes. Lucas Van Ness in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. On 3rd down, Bryant, he gets it left side to Johnson. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he fields it cleanly. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to the zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Come on, baby. Get it.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up.
Blaster, 6. 22 needle.
Now Love. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Dog red. Blue stripe.
3rd and 2. Love with it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's Love. His pass caught at the 4. That's a Packers touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And I can see why they're ranked 4th in the NFL against the run. I mean, they are tough to move the ball against. I mean, they have a little bit of everything, right? Run stoppers inside, guys who can make plays outside.
Well, we've seen them shut down running games already this year. They're at it again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Bryant.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Love completes it to Fitzgerald.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Love now to pass on 1st down. And Watson has it right side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that one going to be slowed up before it can really get going. Good work defensively to read the trickery and make the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Ultra. Go ultra.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Fury. Yellow. Hey, red. White.
Love now. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Drill green. 6. Mega.
Love now on second down. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Bryant. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. A final shot before break. Bryant able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 20. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a fourth down.
And this will be taken at the 13. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's trying to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't it.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle to Akers. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bryant. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Luke Musgrave, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Packers open the lead up to 34-0. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now.
Panthers nothing. Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
He finds his man, complete. It's Holt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a throw here, hauled in. So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Let's go now.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers 33. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Come on, set. Go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A 45-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Carolina getting set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lucas Van Ness able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. brings up third down.
Now third down and very long. Operating from the gun, Brian. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the gun on third down, Fox. That is caught, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Going right back to Akers. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Derek Brown with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And he missed it. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Let's go now.
Throwing on first down, Brian. This ball caught by McIntosh. Down the sideline he goes. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show off their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense.